GGBet Ice Challenge needs ice-cold teams and ice-cold coaches, and here with me is Peacemaker, the coach of Mad Lions. So, hello sir, how are you doing?
Doing great, pleasure to be here. It's actually my second year. I was here last year. It was a great event, so looking forward for this edition. Yeah.
But this time you're with a new guy, so tell me please more about the tricked Mad Lions,
Yeah.
no matter the name, so tell me please about these 5 guys.
Yeah, these 5 guys, they're very upcoming talents from Europe, Denmark, right? And it's been great so far. I always felt like Tricked was a team, at least a Danish team, that had a lot of potential for growth. And I think they proved throughout 2019 that they are a team that they could beat some good opponents, decent opponents, like in Tier 2 CS, and sometimes beat like Tier 1 teams, like in one map or something. But they always show like potential, but they never managed to qualify for many events and stuff like that. So then this year, I think we were breaking through the kind of getting close to the Tier 1 CS, where we're qualifying for the events, online qualifiers and everything, and we're also doing better against better opponents. So far it has been great, and I think the team has, as I said, a lot of growth for potential, and the roles in the team also makes a lot of sense right now, and we're just happy with the way it is right now.
So before joining Mad Lions, you said that you had offers from different teams, European teams. So if it's a secret, so you may not tell them, but why did you choose especially these guys?
Before I joined them, I was working actually with the Heroic, also a Danish team. And of course I had approaches and talks with different other teams. Even a Brazilian team who also competes in the US. Oh. So I was talking with them, I can go into details, who
it's okay.
Who was it, but the main reason why I choose them was basically by the time that I'm thinking about my career and what to do, they actually won a tournament in Budapest, the V4 event or something like that. Yeah, sort of. So they won that event, and that was actually an event that I was at home and watching all the matches, and I actually saw a lot of good stuff from them. It wasn't like them inviting me, it was more like me, since I know Honden for a little bit time. Then I messaged him saying hey, I know you guys have a coach and stuff, but do you guys would be interested in having some help or stuff like that? And then that's when he told me that their past coach, he wasn't working full time because he had an extra job outside of CS. And then he told me that he was a full time, that he would be maybe interested to work with me and see how it goes. And that's pretty much how it happened. It was more me going to them. And since I had a background working with a Danish team, and it was a great experience for me dealing with the Danish people and the Heroic, and for 1 year, more than a year actually working with Heroic, then I just chose to go that path. Also because I really believe in the project, and we didn't know that we would that we would move to another organization, but there was talks already, and I kind of knew that the project we would jump into would be big, and here we are, under Mad Lions brand and the same roster, so I'm really happy.
So that's really great. And what are specific responsibilities that you perform inside the team?
As me as a coach? Yeah. I mean, as a coach, there is multiple things that I do. Right now, we don't have a manager. We just actually got a manager today, Mozambani. Yeah. So he's not here with us for this event. So I do right now. I'm doing outside of the game stuff as well, managing, making sure that they are on time, making sure that everything is good for the practice area, for flights, and also having the help from the Mad Lions staff. So I do that, and apart from that, I do all the coaching thing in the game. And the coaching thing goes way above preparing for the matches, doing anti-shredding, and watching all the practices. So in the end, to be honest, a lot of the coaches out there, they work as much as the players, because you do a lot more stuff outside of the practice hours, right? So I do all of that, the anti-shredding and the preparing for practices, and then I also bring new strats, and also a very important part of the coaching rule, which is something that I think I learned throughout my career, is actually managing the personalities, and having a lot of conversations with the players to understand where they are as humans and as players, and to make sure that you help them to achieve their best, right, in the game. And with players, a lot of the times, they can be having problems outside of the game, and if you don't approach that, if you don't try to help him with that, even sending to a psychologist or something like that, if you don't touch on that area and you don't know your player, then sometimes he's going to be underperforming, and then you don't really know the reason for that. You're just going to think, this guy is bad. But why is he bad? Is it because he's actually bad in the game, mechanically bad, or is it because he's having problems outside of the game? So it's a combination of all that that I think that makes you a great coach and makes you help the team in every aspect. So that's pretty much what I try to do. I still have a lot to improve, to be honest, but I think I've been doing a great job in like mixing up all those areas.
Okay, and just to wrap it up, so leaving all the potential results and winning, because that's obvious answer aside, what's your, let's just say, your minimal and your optimal goals for working with Mad Lions for 2020?
Okay, minimum, I would say that like we have to do great in at least like 1 or 2 big events until like the middle of the year. And when I say big events, it's like, I mean, nowadays every event is pretty big, but like the events where there's good teams like this one, this is a good opportunity for us to like prove ourselves, and it's like as a contender for top tier 1 and top 10 teams. So like I think this is a great opportunity, for example, to prove ourselves. So like my goal is to make this team, like the minimum goal I see is to be like top 15, stable top 15 team throughout the end of the year.
And the optimal?
Like the optimal is to be like close to the top 10 and also like winning a big event. Like this is for sure like the biggest goal you have as a team is to be able to compete against the good teams. And also like this is something that we set as a goal, is that, as I told you before towards the beginning of the interview, is that we are a team that we are able to beat the top teams, but like in a map or like get really close matches, but we can do that consistently. So like our main goal for this year is to be able to play against those teams consistently and beat them, and sometimes you lose, whatever, but like be able to be a contender for top 10 CS. And then obviously, like as a Brazilian, I have to mention that qualifying for the major in Brazil would be insane. It would be a dream coming true for me. So like making sure that we at least get to the playoffs there would be fantastic. So yeah.
So I do hope that you will manage doing all this.
Thank you.
So I wish you to find this consistency. So good luck.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.